Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are finishing off our Extra Life live stream edition with some mechanics here in orbit with our shuttle and our crew transfer, and then eventually bringing the craft back to Earth. So I will return you to this recorded live broadcast already in progress. Even cheating it doesn't want to let me cheat it. Okay, we're going to go back to the EVA route. So those three are on station. Sally, EVA. You should be a scientist. All hatches obstructed. Can't exit. What? Oh, is she in this thing? Yep. See if we can transfer. No, I can't get her out at all? We're going to have to jettison the crew carrier. Oh, wait. It looks like she can go to this one. CLS enabled in what? Okay, now I'm. Oh boy. Yeah. I guess I could put a hatch on the front of this, or an airlock, or a docking port on the front of this where the door is, and then connect the cargo through that instead of this docking port at the back. Which would probably just generally be better all around. Alright. So, John Oliver, EVA. Oh, it does. It works in the VAB too. That is... that's useful. Yeah, I could definitely work better in there than trying to figure it out here. I guess in the meantime we're just gonna have to EVA everybody except poor Sally. I guess she's not getting rotated on the station this flight. That's sad. I guess, I don't know, it was my poor design choice that screwed her out of a job this time. No, don't turn around. I keep forgetting they angle towards the camera, the only part of the game that does that at all. Can you take an EVA report while you're here? Why not? We'll just keep that. I know it's not worth any data here, but maybe we can research it in the lab. No, for some reason she can't. I thought she'd be able to at least. It could be because there's a life support tank directly above that. Or it's a fuel tank, sorry. This bit here, I guess, is what she can't pass through. Which sucks greatly. Alright, so we've put two... How many did I bring? 4? Nina, Sally... EVA. Oh, garbage collection. You're so silly. Her hatch is obstructed by these two big crew carriers in the cargo bay. She can't exit. The door's blocked. Nope. This way. Thank you. Board. Very good. Oh man, they've already generated 355 science. They're down to 0018 per day, however. Man, I wish I could remember who was where. EVA Deanna. she is on rotation. It's time for her to go home. Or, yeah, she just... Okay. Way to pick a fantastic camera angle there. I don't blame her. She's been on station more than a year now. It's got to be a little disorienting. But this is how we train our crews now for 5-year extended missions to Mars. Alright. Whoa, come on, dude. What are you doing? Alright, we're just gonna have to go straight to board. No grabbing onto the hatch because no one can seem to grab this hatch. Board. We in? We're in. Fantastic. Alright, so Sally's here. We got our pilot, so that crew's full. Anybody else in here? Who's in this one? No crew on board. Excellent. Transfer crew. Alyssa and Catherine. I would free Sally if I could free Sally. I can't. See? Her thing is red and she can't exit. I'm sorry. Huh. See, now I've already forgotten who's in here. Alyssa and Catherine. Okay. So we're going to come down here and EVA those two. There's Catherine. I'm sure she is super happy to be back here after her ordeal last time. I'm sure she's got like a comfortable chair or, you know, some snacks or something, a good book. I'm sure she was also very excited about her assignment to this space station. So I'm sure she'll be mad at me too, but she'll get on the next rotation, guaranteed. Board? Alright, so... crap. And so that's funny, for a game with such a nice economy built into it with the contracts and everything like that, we sure don't pay the Kerbals at all. I mean, they get like a 10 grand signing bonus when we bring them on, but that's it. After that, they just don't get paid. They're doing it for the exposure, for the publicity. Alright, who is still in this one? Dang it. Transfer Alyssa. There she is, EVA. So man, I really wonder how many people we can cram into this Skylab module. And if I've already hit the point of diminishing returns as far as what science it can yield from what limited data I can bring to it, because I've already done all the science in low Earth orbit. Well, it has a door, it's just blocked. We just piled a bunch of crap in the way. I mean, I don't know, she got hazard pay / exposure for riding in a very comfortable metal tube to orbit and then back again. Whereas other astronauts have been flung off into space when their EVA packs ran out of fuel. Advertising another side business. Yes, except they farm science. Alright, what's our science rate now? Oh man, they're almost out of data, but they're generating 0025 a day. Oh yeah, let's review data. There should be a review stored data. Oh, yeah. We'll put that in the lab. Put that in the lab. There we go. That's worth 38 data. Really? Crew report, no crew. Duh. Everybody's at work. Nobody's in the hab. Awesome. There's more data they can work with. A crew report. Revisions to Sheruiken shuttle. Please remove fuel tanks from hallways. And it's some pretty noxious stuff, too. Alright, I think that's all of our crew transfer. This should be empty now. And let's just make sure. No crew on board. Perfect. What about you? No crew on board. Perfect. And so we've got our stock. We've got our shuttle full of 3 people. 3 Kerbals. Which we will need to move to a lower parking orbit to satisfy the contract to get paid. Honestly, Punkafluffin, no. I don't think I could make it a SSTO, a runway takeoff SSTO, to work at all in KSP Real Solar System. Certainly not something this size. I'm not familiar with there's like a Rapier variant in RSS that I have not unlocked yet. It's called the Lancer. I have no idea how well it works. So I can't say definitively I don't think I can build an SSTO in RSS. But at this point, it's certainly not a doable thing. Alright. Oh wow, they're going to make 40 science a day for like the next couple of days, perhaps. But I think we're pretty much done here. Oh yeah, we should check fuel and might as well move over life support and some other things. Getting that right angle is always terrible. Yeah, with just 3 crew, that life support should be well more than adequate. So we've got all of these stores in here. But man, they filled up those waste containers fast. But I know it's next to nothing on the scale for the station, but we can go ahead and transfer some stuff over. It's less weight that we have to deal with. From Mars, maybe. I'll say the only thing I had to take off from Mars was the lander from the previous Mars landing, and that was a 2-stage ascent vehicle. Or, I don't know. It took off on its descent stage for what was worth several hundred meters per second, then continued on its actual ascent stage, and even then only barely made it to orbit. But I think it could be done. It was actually, there was somebody in chat I was talking about it, like, I don't know, 4.5 hours ago. Man, I'm in hour 6. Ooh. 1/4 of the way there. Yes. About a spaceplane-like design that would dock with the Mars station. It would fuel up on station and glide to a landing on target on the surface of Mars, and then use its engines to take off. and hopefully would do so in a single stage and become a reusable system that could can make multiple trips from low Mars orbit to a on-surface outpost. I think the biggest hang-up there is that landing something from orbit on wheels is not my strong suit. Any other shuttle landing that I have pulled off successfully, I have aimed for the continent of Africa because it's about the smallest thing I can hit from orbit. And even then I've missed more than once. Alright, and okay, oh, we actually still have fuel up there. That's awesome. So we're going to top off. No, that's electric charge. Actually, does this, we have some experiments in here we can run real quick. Oh, we do. Boom. I don't know the next line to that song, Wookie Goldberg, but if I did, I would totally sing it. Yeah, that's the hard part, is getting the glide right. I'm especially I'm playing this in KSP version 1.1.3, so the wheel bounce is terrible. So basically you have to touch down at somewhere around 90 meters per second at most, vertical speed. And it's probably less than 5 or 10 horizontal speed, otherwise the wheels shoot you back up into the air in something physically impossible and crazy that will ultimately result in a stall and possibly the loss of the spacecraft. But the approach needed to get those speeds, especially coming down from orbit, is insane. And you have to ride low and flat, real close to the surface for a real long time, and trying to do that and hit a runway is just... oh... It seems way worse than it should actually be. Alright, I was topping fuel off before I got distracted. In. Yeah, you're totally right. Definitely reverse the horizontal and vertical. It really depends on where it's taking off from, Jamie. I mean, quite technically, a rocket is a vertical takeoff and vertical landing. Just doing it in a single stage is the hard part. It does. I have those same gear destroying, aircraft destroying seams. Yeah, 90 meters per second into the ground would be terrible in any situation. Yeah, I don't think there is one. And aren't the octagonal struts impact tolerance like 80 meters per second? I'm not sure. Alright, close hatch. Close hatch. You need a huge amount of surface area to create enough drag. Alright, undock. SAS on, SAS on. And let's go ahead and pull ourselves nicely away. Take an F5. We don't need rendezvous planner anymore. Very good point, Wookie. Alright, so what altitudes does our contract stipulate? How much life support do we have? 27 days, perfect. I totally should have got the stay in space for 90 days contract done too. I had a crew in space for 5 years. You can't just give me this one. Stupid. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, below 375. So actually, we can just make that adjustment now. Let's switch back to orbital mode and angle into retrograde. Now let's turn SAS back on. Waka waka. Alright, looks like we're well and clear of the station. Let's just go ahead and light that AJ-10. Yeah, good light. Game stutter. We're going to go ahead and take our perigee down to even 300. It's a good place to deorbit from. Yeah, 303. Why not? And there goes station. Oh, it's not going to do the video skip thing where it flies by us 4 or 5 times. That's fine. Now I'm sad. Extend. Extend. Alright, perigee's in 44 minutes. Oh god. Woogie. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I think I've seen all of like 1.5 episodes of that show. Alright, minute 20 something from node. I've been on an actual motorcycle once. I have a moped, a 50cc. That only kind of counts. But 1,000 years ago, I used to work doing car audio install at this shady little shop in North City. And somebody left their Hayabusa 1300 GSXR at the shop for seriously 6 months. Like, he dropped it off to have something installed, in like July and just didn't come back to pick it up. And like all winter went by, and so all winter we're having to move this bike in and out of the shop every day to get it out of the way. And one day it was my turn. Yeah, I think I made it exactly 4 feet. It's not the kind of motorcycle you want to learn to ride on. They're definitely not the kind of motorcycle you want to be your first motorcycle. At least in my slightly gearheady opinion. Apoapsis below 375. Apoapsis 304. You gonna give me that check mark, homie? What the hell? Alright. So, we're gonna take a quick save. We're gonna have to jump back to the Space Center to let this contract reset. I think, yeah, it doesn't want to give us credit for that. We have 3 Kerbals. Yeah, okay, it's giving us credit for everything else except our orbit, which is like the crucial part of this whole thing. Fantastic. So, quick save took place. Let's go to the Space Center. So Punkelfluffen, if you had to recommend a motorcycle for somebody who's only ridden a 50cc scooter successfully, what motorcycle would you recommend? GS500F. Who makes that? I know a semi-decent amount about cars, not about motorcycles. XJ6. Okay. Well, I certainly am interested in anything that will survive the apocalypse. So I had a good buddy who has I think it's a 74 or a 75. Oh, Jesus. I do not need a 2300cc engine. A 3-cylinder. I mean, that's like a 2.2 liter 3-cylinder? I've had a 4-cylinder turbo that displaced almost that much. Triumph is insane. Anyway, I had a buddy who had a 74, maybe it was a 75 Kawasaki KX 400. Holy crap. My God. A 1.8 liter motorcycle. Yeah. I used to have a Honda Civic that displaced 1.5 liters. But no one would mistake that for... I mean, it was fun because it could corner. I did some suspension work to it. But it was... Yeah. You had to be going downhill with a tailwind to pass anybody. Ever. God, I couldn't even imagine being on a motorcycle displacing that much. Oh, wow. You're a trooper, dude. That's... I mean, cruise control must be nice. I don't know. I don't know how... I could imagine it would be nice. It's a lazy 1.8 liter. God, still, that's gotta have just gobs of torque for something that... I mean, I don't know. I guess my silly American brain doesn't translate kilograms to pounds very well, so I don't have a very good idea of scale. I think it's the all weathers thing that's hardcore, man. That's awesome. I don't like to go outside when it's cold. And cold for me is anything below 74 degrees. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's about how much my Honda weighed. Oh, that must have been a fun bike. Now the real trick is that I have to convince myself and Lady Crash that I am responsible enough to have a motorcycle. My history of having a lead foot certainly isn't going to help, but we can try. No way of convincing Lady Crash, or no way should I be convincing Lady? You're gonna have to be more specific there, Jamie. She's doing good. She just passed out a little bit ago, or went to bed, I guess is the more age-appropriate term. Yeah, you're probably right. A 6-cylinder motorcycle? I mean, it's a Honda, so I'm assuming it's tiny displacement, but I kind of picture this... Honestly, I'm picturing an old Ford Vulcan, the engine that was in like the first generation Taurus, the 3-liter V6, hanging off the front of a motorcycle. So I guess to have a 6-cylinder bike, how are the cylinders oriented? Is it in line with the rear wheel, or is it offset 90 degrees like a front-wheel drive car? I don't think I've ever seen that kind of layout before. Well, I guess I don't have much experience looking at motorcycles either. Oh, it's a straight 6? Whoa. Okay, so offset 90 degrees to the drive wheel, like a front-wheel drive car. Alright, now I have to look at this link. Holy crap. That's like the baddest cafe bike I've ever seen. And this factory? I mean, that looks like something off of like an insane motorcycle TV show. And I bet straight pipes on it. I don't know. I will be honest that the straight 6 engine is by far the best layout for a internal combustion engine ever. No bias, promise. But they run so smooth. Man, I bet. Good God. Yeah. It would take me about 30 seconds to die on that thing. And I'd probably be more sad about destroying the bike. What's up, True Noob? I like space too. They got me sidetracked by my other... Kind of a gearhead sometimes. At least, I don't know, I was, but... Jesus. That is one sick bike. Alright. We got 10 days to kill while these guys are in orbit, making their rounds. So I'm going to bring up the contract here and fast forward a bunch while focusing on Earth so as to not give myself epilepsy. And KSP is just going to stutter a whole bunch. Oh yeah, no, I don't think you hijacked it. I kind of did that voluntarily. I mean, I didn't see it spiraling off into such a tangent, but man, I do like learning stuff, and I do like seeing other people's cool stuff. No, you didn't hijack anything. You're good. What mods do I have? All of them. This is KSP RSS. I'm playing through an RP-0 career campaign. You know, I've been doing it on YouTube for a while, and I guess this is going to be episode like 320. I think, considering everything I've done the last 6.5 hours, will probably be in the 325 range, maybe. But lots of mods to support real solar system and the RP-0 setup. Alright, 10 days and some hours. Do I have time to... I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that so that I don't get the copyright strike for just the noises. Sorry. 7 days. I wonder if we're gonna be able to come down anywhere near any kind of runway. Oh man. V12s always sound amazing. But you know why V12s are awesome? Is because they're two straight 6s bolted together. This is one of the reasons why I love YouTube. You could make videos of just motorcycle sounds. Exactly. What would a... I mean, do you mean a V24, or do you want to, like, take two V12s and weld them together? Oh god, can you imagine what that crankshaft would look like? Alright, we are ready to bring our shuttle back. Oh, dang it. I don't think we can pull it off, but I want to see what the correction is going to look like to try to bring us down over Cape Canaveral. Like I don't think we have this kind of delta V in the tank, especially because we need about a minute's worth of fuel in the RCS thrusters to keep us stable during descent. But I just want to see what this looks like. Yeah, wow, 1.8 kilometers per second. Not a thing. Sorry. Oh, crap. Alright, well, I'm gonna try to bring us down in the US at least. Add maneuver, and I guess I'm gonna try to deflect north during the descent path to make sure that we're coming in over land-ish. I should probably give it another orbit. Where's the US going to be in 2 hours? That's the question. Oh, I'll gladly take a look at your bike. Oh, that's awesome. That's a smooth looking ride. Hell yeah. Oh, that's still way too far away. We need to put that... Oh, come on. KSP running like junk. We need to go about here-ish. And that way, maybe if we deflect north enough, we can avoid the mountains of Mexico. Oh, that... Wow. Yeah. See, I guess this right here area, somewhere around Texas or so, is going to be where we're going to try to set it down. More likely, we're going to end up down here in Central America, southern Mexico. Right on, Jamie. You have a good night. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out, keeping us all entertained. Have a good night, dude. I will be here still tomorrow if you want to stop back by and say hello. I definitely love any engine that can rev up past 10,000 revs. Alright, 53 minutes till our burn. And then we can ditch these stupid empty crew containers. Ooh, almost blew right past it. Almost. Alright, we are 7 minutes out. Let's take a look at our resultant telemetry. Make sure I didn't screw this up entirely too much. I did. I think we can make this work, actually. We'll just make some quick adjustments here. Saying at that altitude, with that speed, generally I've been able to put it down right around the periapsis mark, and I think if I get enough deflection, and oh yeah, see, look, now we're coming down this way. That gives us a much longer landing stretch, but it's going to be much rockier. Alright, we're going to go for it. Let's take a quick save just in case I kill a bunch of people. Good God. 20,000 revs. Jeez. I don't know. I guess I really shouldn't be amazed that my car can't spin faster than 6 grand. 10 minutes to node. Alright, here we go. Let's touch on the thrusters as soon as KSP decides it wants to operate. There we go. Ignition. And we're just going to bring our periapsis down to about 30 kilometers or so. Yes, I know they're not. I don't know, were F1 regulations keeping them pinned at 10 cylinders? Because it seems like a V12, even of similar displacement, would have a lot of advantages as far as rotational balance. Okay, 25. Overshot it just a bit. No big deal. Also facing backwards. So you know what? Let's rotate around. That's really interesting. I really kind of wonder why they'd choose 10 instead of 12. Given the option. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I imagine their engineers would have figured it out. That maybe, yeah, the V12 was just heavier, and you couldn't get enough power to compensate for the added weight of a larger block. Hold on, so F1 cars are running turbocharged V6s since 2014? Huh. And again, I have to wonder why they'd use a V6 instead of a straight 6. I'm just going to keep harping on that, I'm sorry. Alright. Yeah, crew canister is away. We are on a suborbital trajectory. Just to remind myself I'm still playing Kerbal Space Program. Alright, let's see where we're at, and it looks like we're going to get a nice, crisp daytime landing, hopefully not in water. Huh. There's some interesting physics behind the 10,500 rev max there. Yeah, and I guess they're not really worried about vibration and balance. Oh crap, we're Atmo. Oh boy. Alright, come on, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Got a bunch of things we have to do right now. Retract. No. Retract. Is there any fuel left in here? No? Good. Come on. Nope. Good. Okay, good. We get rid of all of that. Close. Alright, we gotta get on vector. I need to bring up atmospheric autopilot. Oh, I didn't quick save. Oh, this had better not turn out to be a disaster. Good God. 1,600 horsepower from a 1.5 liter. Come on, arm parachute, thank you. Arm parachute, thank you. Alright, quick check of the map, make sure. Oh yeah, we need to deflect north, or we're gonna hit water all the way down. Oh, damn it, wasn't paying attention. I imagine it would need to be rebuilt. Alright, let's see how well atmospheric autopilot wants to deal with an approach vector. Rolled about 5 degrees. And everybody hope for the best, because this is highly unstable at this speed and altitude and will be for quite a while. So, Jesus. So I guess if you have a really high revving engine, keeping a turbo that big, spooled up and pressurized isn't nearly the feat it would be if your car only revved to 5,000 or 6,000. So having a compressor side be that large could be made practical in that application. Practical in air quotes, by the way. Alright. Excuse me. I might have to actually fly this thing for a few minutes, so I apologize if I can't pay attention to clutch. Pay attention to clutch. Pay attention to chat. Wow. I would say my first fun time car was a 89 probe turbo. I'll give you a second to finish laughing. But upgraded the stock VJ11 initially to a VJ17 hybrid turbo off a Thunderbird Turbo Coupe, and it displays 2.2 liters. But even running a modest 20 psi, yeah, that was kind of the tactic for cornering. Is gear brake into the corner, get to the revs you wanted to be at, and then mash the throttle right around or right before apex, so that thing was spooled up and ready to go by the time you were at the exit. That is not an unfamiliar tactic to me. So far, Reentry is not looking too bad, but we're also not low enough yet for it to... Was he on any of the, like the Probe Sport message boards, or any of the other Ford Probe or Mazda MX-6 community? Because I may have had interactions with him if it was as recent as 2014, 2015. My 89 Probe initially was a GL, and we engine swapped it to an F2T, which actually came out of a 90, which made the wiring harness a real pain, but... Oh my god, I think I bought parts from that guy. I'm 100% certain I bought a cylinder head from that guy. Yeah. Say, I bought my probe in 2000 and I had it until 2013. Okay. You might have to ask him if he remembers Taxi 1 or Taxi Die, Taxi 89 GLT. The guy had 3 usernames across 3 different boards, but holy crap, I remember that guy. Small world, man. Yes, I am 100% certain I bought an F2T cylinder head from him in about 2010. Maybe around abouts. Maybe that's when... Maybe I bought the cylinder head off of that F2T. Oh, master switch. Okay. I might have to start paying attention to things here. Uh-huh. Was it kind of like a greenish gunmetal? Grayish gunmetal. I think I only saw it in pictures, but man, now I'm going to have to see if my logins for those sites still work. Well, the usual thruster burn off. Minute 21 worth of fuel. That might be enough. What the hell? These are the thrusters that aren't supposed to burn. They didn't, so what's burning? That's new and interesting. Oh, no, autopilot, keep the... Come on, man. Oh, atmospheric autopilot, you irritate me. I really need you to keep the nose up, dude. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, this is gonna start to hurt my fingers. What is on fire in there? Well, all 3 Kerbals are still alive. That's the important part. Oh, I can't... That has to go away. Alright, come on. Nice and easy. Nope, can't let off the brake. Not for any reason whatsoever. Atmospheric autopilot, what are you doing? Do not put that nose down for any reason. Yeah, I want my nose kept up. Atmospheric autopilot is fighting me on it. See, it keeps firing the thrusters down. I don't know why it thinks I want the nose into the wind. I want it pitched up, but it does not. Come on. Yeah, that's about half of where I want it. Keep going. Keep going. Yep, dark titanium metallic. You're going to have to let me get the shuttle on the ground before I can check that link, but I will definitely be scrolling back up to take a look at it. Alright, well, that's our first skip. We're back in climbing. That's good news. I let go of the brake. Can I let go of the controls? Just for a second. Alright, where are we? In no way safe from anything whatsoever. Keep deflecting. God, that terrible vane airflow meter. I hated that thing so much. You know, I did not compensate for the fact that we are actually going to bleed off a lot of speed deflecting this much to the north. And that might not give us the endurance we need to hit land. Uh-oh. I may have just beached the space shuttle live on the internet. Not embarrassed. Not embarrassing at all. We also haven't gotten really low enough in the atmosphere to make a huge difference as far as how much displacement we can affect on our telemetry, or trajectory is the word I was looking for there. Yeah, okay, that sounds like an F2 engine. I'd say mine for years just had a bad grounding connection between the starter and the transmission case. And Even when I ran an independent ground wire, like to the firewall or to the engine block, it would still refuse to click over that starter. I probably replaced that starter 8 or 9 times, just hoping that maybe I'd get one that was strong enough to do it. And yeah, no. And a friend of mine, Rizzo, pulls the starter, sands down the where the starter meets the transmission case, and it started up every single time after that. After I sold him the car, of course. For a time. That's the best you can ever hope for with an F2 engine. It either runs great forever, as long as you never ever ever touch anything, or it'll run great for 6 months. Like really great for 6 months. And I think 6 months is kind of the top end. Alright, well, on our way back down, is that land or cloud cover? Based on our position, that is definitely cloud cover. No more air brake because we need to maintain speed. But we also need to deflect this angle rather severely. Wow, I can take my fingers off the controls. Come on, atmospheric autopilot, do me some favors and don't push the nose down. Alright, high and lofty, that's what we need. Still moving at 6.3 kilometers per second. Huh. That is just... wow, that's weird. I'm actually super happy the shuttle is staying stable, even though it is not flying straight on its usual descent path. This is the first time I've ever attempted to kind of angle in a descent like this, and it's actually kind of working. So maybe I can get a little more bold with how I do these descents. Alright. Nope, you keep the nose up. I saw those thrusters fire. Don't you play with me. Come on, baby. I really need you to deflect to the north by like 15 degrees. I would really like to put you down on land. Yeah, looks like we're about to bounce back up. 100% okay with this. Oh man, totally gonna run out of thruster fuel before we're in the low atmosphere. This may have been an overzealous plan. Yeah, that is so weird. I think it'd almost have to be a wire or, yeah, a ground connection somewhere. Because if it wasn't the ECM, I don't know anything else that would cause that. Unless the fuel pump was cutting off. Oh. Well, we are on course to hit land. I just don't know if we're going to have the longevity to get there. Crap. I don't know if there would be enough residual pressure. I mean, it's a sorry, it's a pretty tightly pressurized system, and most modern traction control systems either work at the throttle body or the fuel pump. To I don't know, if you're spinning tires, that's how they'll keep you from spinning tires. So I imagine just a fuel pump switch, like something that would quickly blink it on and off, would be the most effective way to have a system like that, because it would take less time to toggle a pump on and off than it would to close the butterflies on a throttle body. I think. I don't know. It's also 2 in the morning where I am now, so or the question would be how much of that residual pressure gets eaten up at 4,000 revs on a boosted car. Ah, non-boosted. Yeah, quite a conundrum. Alright, so maybe if KSP's, wow, yeah, that's what I wanted to look at. Excuse me, if KSP stops hiccuping on me, maybe we can pull off a landing here just right on the Gulf of California? Maybe. So we can still keep a little bit of this deflection to the north, but really we need to try to maintain speed and or altitude. So, alright, atmospheric autopilot, now you can fly into the wind. The glide slope Really, at this altitude, probably 10 or 15 degrees. Well, no. What pitch heading would I have to be at to maintain level flight? At this altitude, 0. At lower altitudes, I think it gets as high as about 4 degrees before we start to stall out. I think. I don't know. My brain is starting to not be effective anymore. So we might have to all switch to very slow, clear, and concise sentences so that poor Crash can keep up. Pretty well when it's empty. Actually does remarkably well when it's empty. And it is almost empty. It definitely does have quite a bit of cross range. I would just like a little more of it, especially because I would really like to not beach it. But I think we're going to be alright. We're kind of riding this apogee at the moment. And as we get into lower bits of atmosphere, we'll keep bouncing up a little bit more and a little bit more. I don't know. We'll come down, we'll go back up, we'll come down more, we'll go back up a little less, we'll come down, etc. So I think we can actually make it to land. Oh man, we're down to 4 kilometers a second already, and 51 kilometers altitude. Is that land off? That can't be land. It might be. But as it is, we're going to come right to the very corner of the Gulf of California here. So really one more bump and then a hard turn, and we should be okay, provided we can get a good landing site. Which at this point is speculative. I have no idea what the terrain is going to look like down there. But I guess we'll find out. That does look like land, doesn't it? Over here. And if that is in fact land, then we can land on the land. Oh yeah, that's dirt. What do you say, Yegor? You want to go to the beach? Quality Firefly reference. So now we need to get Yegor some tiny toy dinosaurs. Or, I think we should call it your grave. Ah! Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Deal. Oh, if I get him out, I can't get him back in. Oh well. We'll recover him independently. there's some motion. Alright, and we're out of RCS fuel, so atmospheric autopilot can no longer quabble with me, except it's gonna anyway. Yeah. See those control surfaces moving? I was aiming for his head. Alright, we can totally turn back around and land on this beach, but I think it's more likely, given our turn radius at this altitude, we're going to hit this beach over here. It's probably been at least a year and a half, 2 years since I watched Firefly. Now I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it. Dang it. I know, such a chore, right? It breaks my heart every day that they canceled that. Are you knocking on Volvos now? Alright, let's turn stability control back on and atmospheric autopilot off. That may have been a disastrous mistake. Oh well. Wait. Yep, there it goes. Come on. Bring it back. There we go. Still a little fickle at this altitude. Well, at least you speak from experience. Alright, and now it's going to be a nice, long, steady, slow descent while we boil off speed. Huh. Jeez. Yeah, that's a... I'd be furious if any car started having those kind of problem at 35,000 miles. That's ridiculous. Is it a stick or an automatic, Wookie? I guess my E46 didn't start having, I don't know, what I would consider excessive thunking during shift until about 180,000-ish. 165 maybe. That's crazy. I thought Volvos are supposed to be awesome. I mean, hell, I still see old 240s on the road. Oh, that's sad. Alright. Take the master switch off. How's it going to behave? Alright. Looks like we're okay. 3 kilometers altitude, 259 current airspeed. Let's turn the SAS on. I can't fly without that. And here's our nice, long, slow descent. Hey, look, there's an airfield. Too bad we're, we could just taxi this right into the airport. I mean, it kind of like just fades into dirt here, so I can only imagine it's in disrepair. Oh, yeah, see, look, it's got the clips, like the regular, every other runway in KSP. Dang it, now. Yeah, I know. It's like I feel obligated at this point, like I have to. I've never landed one on a runway before. Landed one in an alley somewhere else in Mexico once, ironically while aiming for Cape Canaveral and undershooting massively. So I guess we'll just try to bring this around. Yeah, I guess that heading's going to be 90, so we're going to come in on runway 27. Whoa, come on. Not rudder. Roll. That's what I was looking for. I wonder if I can get the speed low enough after doing a curvy descent thing to make this happen. What's my altitude? 2 kilometers. So let's bleed off half a click. Alright, and take it in. Nope, not far enough away for this descent approach. Dang it. And we're going to be real close to stall speed at the end of this turn. Come on, Jaeger, you can do this, dude. Alright, gear out. Alright, shuttle Sheruiken coming in on runway 27. Eventually, whoa, come on. Air brake is not supposed to cause that. But we need to go a lot slower if we're going to not bounce when we touch the ground. But we also need to be on the ground relatively quickly if we're going to succeed in a landing. I like how even the non-runway runways are oriented the same way as the KSP runways. $117. Alright, we should be good for a touchdown. Come on. Easy, easy, easy. Shut up, Wookie. Oh god, drag shoots, what are you doing? No! Whoo! Okay, okay. Okay. We're alive. Woohoo! No, it's not. Your wings off. Touchdown. Whew. Okay. I'll take it. Everybody's alive. Alright, let's set our friction controls so this thing stays parked. KSP, stop being all glitchy. Brakes locked. What? Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what you meant to do. Anyway, Jaeger. EVA. Oh, come on. No, no, no. Oh, auto-saving. Whew. Whoa. Whoa. Huh. KSP just died. Violently. Like, it didn't even give me the crash window. It pooped. Well, after this, there was a flag planted, and there was little shenanigans, but nothing of much consequence. And that did kind of finish off my Kerbal Space programming for my 24-hour live stream. I just lacked the mental capacity to keep it together after that, so I had to switch to other simpler games. So that's going to do it for our 2017 Extra Life Edition live stream episodes. Thank you so much for hanging out and for tolerating it, and for everybody who showed up to the broadcasts and hung out with me. I really appreciate it. You guys made it entirely too much fun, and I really can't wait to do another live stream like that. It was pretty awesome. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it, and I'll see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.